Hello again, this is Stephen Pryor, aka Captain Ashbiro. Oh, here to talk about another travesty that's being foisted upon us this early in the movie going year. I do like high school comedies if they're done properly. Hey, hey, I like it when they try and depict the teens realistically. Hey, they don't try. They put them in a situation that's fun but not implausible. They give us a period that's considered nostalgic, or try to dig modern times very realistically, and they usually don't try and slap some implausible bullshit on it, and thinking us that we'll just accept it and pay the $10, as well as the ridiculous prices as they charge for popcorn, soft drinks, and chocolate. This is, however, not the case with this latest release from Columbia Pictures that is scheduled for the spring, Take Me Home Tonight. It's set during the 1980s, in which a boy at Suncoast Video impersonates a banker in order to score chicks, and cars. This makes absolutely sense, given that the banking problems make this a hazard day, that Suncoast Video was nearly dead in the age of Netflix. The film depicts the 80s so unrealistically that you might as well, Dan Schneider might as well have directed it. Now, Dazed and Confused, that's a good depiction of high school ending, and it actually captures the feeling of the 70s very well. They had the music, had the underage drinking, and smoking of marijuana, had going to all these drive-in burger joints, had all forms of hazing for early freshmen, run by the seniors at the high school. There's also Superbad, which is set in the 2000s, and its score has some teens trying to score alcohol, and they don't try to stylize the characters at all. They just make it seem like regular teenagers. Even when a nerd like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, McLovin, in fact I'm often mistaken for McLovin, and they actually often gets a girl into a room. They actually depict it realistically. I mean, they don't try and force everything, and they actually treat it with dignity. They don't. These films are actually far higher caliber than what's being presented in Take Me Home Tonight, just in the trailer. So, if you own these films, good. Watch them instead. If you don't, recommend renting them or buying them, and watch them instead. It's clear that Take Me Home Tonight is completely missed the spirit of the 80s. And is often is attempting to enforce self-indulgent stereotypes and glorify things that could obviously never happen to a real teen, even in that time period. I mean, even films like Back to the Future and The Wizard, so they had a solid idea of how the 80s really functioned. And so even I mean Back to the Future to really much. That even when Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox was sent to another time period, be it in the 50s, it's 2010s like we are now, or the Old West. It still had some depiction of the 80s in it, and it was realistic. It didn't need to be, stylistically. It didn't need to fake things. Now I admit that a flying DeLorean, power-lace shoes, whose hydratable pizzas and hoverboards are fake, but at least those were fun. They were inventive. creative. They did not need. Even when Take Me Home Tonight tries to be creative and wild, it ends up just being a generic and all plotty. Just completely misses the mark. I was born in the 90s. I lived through the 90s. Is both halves of it. I lived through both Nirvana and Hanson. And I lived through both the Star Wars as re-releases and the first Star Wars prequel. I have loved Mario, Sonic, and Pokemon so much, I've been a repeat customer of them to this day. It's not to say I would have liked to live in the 80s, and I got to witness the first generations of Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and Transformers firsthand. See some of the Star Wars films in Indiana Jones in the theater, and witness that first glorious day where I got to play a NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System, a Game Boy, and a Sega Genesis in pristine condition, new. But with that said, I still do not approve of Take Me Home Tonight. I know my parents still lived through the 80s, and a lot of my friends have lived through the 80s in some way. I think they would definitely regard this film with fear and dismay. So, stop at Hollywood. Take some time, actually research how the 80s were. Give them a realistic story about how a teen would actually behave in the 80s, and maybe I'll buy it. For now, I really don't care about Take Me Home Tonight. If my theater here in Klamath Falls plays that You Could Once Be on Time, a movie about 3 people playing card games, and a time traveler on a motorcycle who wants to stop them from having crazy adventures on their TV shows. I know it sounds stupid, but that's actually the more desirable choice than Take Me Home Tonight. Stop it, Hollywood. Stop it.